I like to focus on Hades. It's in my natal chart, actually conjunct my 12th house Venus, opposite my Gianna, and conjunct my Venus also is 6764, which is, of course, the numbers after my YouTube tag. But anyway, so I'm just putting it up here to read it again. This video is going to be about the progress chart of the United States. So let me get that pulled up. Whenever you're born or a country's born, a city, state, event happens, everything in the sky keeps moving. So inside this circle here now is where everything is today, or April 3rd, since July 4th, 1776. And things have moved around. Instead of a Sagittarius rising, we now have a Virgo rising. We have, a lot of everything's just moved around. So this one is still showing the transit planets on the outside going in this direction, unless they're retrograde or they are the nodes of fate, which the north node is the forward path and the south node is the past, sweeping things away. We have in this progress chart, you can see right here in the first house, which is the house of identity for the U.S., we have Oklahoma, the part of fortune, chaos, and Neptune all clustered together. And they were hit by the total lunar eclipse March 14th at 23 degrees 58 minutes. That connects to rain and the progress change, the progress south node pass. It connects to Damocles and Mercury and Sturm, the German version of storm. Damocles being a crisis, according to Mark Andrew Holmes. We have Ohio is connected in the progress chart to that. North Node path and our 12th house karma here in Leo. Transiting Mars connects to it. The south node is sweeping this way across it. It's at 2719 as of the April 3rd. So getting pretty close to this 2553 Neptune. Of course, Neptune rules water and endings and letting things go. And we have, let's see, on the outside we have Kaali right here at the Mercury and the Sturm and Damocles. We have Saturn, Venus retrograde, which are, these two are conjunct right now. And Sturm, which is the German storm. These are all connecting here across opposite the total lunar eclipse. We have the North Node and Mercury were direct, were conjunct as it was turning direct yesterday, April 7th. Eris, of course, in the picture, discord and strife. We have Uranus, chaos, and the unexpected. Flood, and back to Mars. So all the outers are connecting to the inners, making various angle configurations. Closely related, we also have Manwe, the god of winds. So that's a start there. Now, I did say in the natal chart, Jupiter rules the natal chart, and of course it was conjunct the moon. I noticed the degree is different than it was in the natal chart, either my mistake or sometimes the software puts a slightly different degree or time. So in the progress chart, this is connecting 1511 Jupiter to the progress Jupiter at 1511. Exactly. And Poseidon is sitting right here with it. The progress Poseidon is 1525. That's connecting to Taurus, which is the eye of the storm. So we've got Jupiter and the moon in the public house, right in between Jupiter and Poseidon, and being in the eye of this storm. Then we have this ninth house is related to other countries and everything. Everybody's watching us, as various ones are also going on theirs. So then we have that 15 degrees connects to the total lunar eclipse September 7th that we still have ahead in 2025. That's only 5 degrees off from the progressed sun, which by then will be, of course, more than 20 degrees 27 minutes. But you see we have transit Nessus sitting right on the progressed Pisces sun, which is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune just moved into Aries. Nessus is, like I said, a very nasty little troublesome troublemaker, but kind of like Eris, it's discord and strife for positive change. Healing generational karma is the higher part of that. So then we also have involved in this is Mississippi. And Jupiter is just now at 17 degrees. So it's coming into close contact opposite Gaia. Georgia is sitting over here in transit at 1737, connecting to the progressed Gaia. And like I said in the natal video, Georgia is now starting to get hit by tornadoes and moving over to Florida. Michigan was at 1614, connecting to that. And the progressed Mars and Lilith are very close together, just about a degree apart here, and connecting in with that. I like to keep it within a 2-degree orb either way, which makes it hard to color it because a 25 can go to 23 or 27, but then you have to go to the ones that are 26 and go, okay. So anyway, you're following me on that. Now, on this Virgo rising, we have Texas right here on the Virgo rising. Michigan's just behind it, but right across from it, we have the progressed tornado. Louisiana was crossing just over that and across the descendant axis. This is Hale, H-A-L-E, at 1054, sitting right here on the descendant axis opposite the rising. Of course, it's going this way because it's direct. We have the progressed Georgia is pretty close to the progressed Eris. This is the 4th house. The 4th house is related to the people in our home and land. And it's ruled by the moon, which of course was conjunct Jupiter, enlarging everything. We're also having a lot of religious ideal battles, which is also 9th house, beliefs and philosophies. So next thing that we can look at are this new moon solar eclipse that we had October 2nd last fall at 10 degrees, very close to the Arkansas and the Texas. But the solar eclipse partial that we had March 29th, when Phaethon went direct, things being out of control, and Hades and change together, and something else went direct. I forgot now. Was it Hades? Hades went direct right there at that eclipse. So they're right opposite that eclipse point. And on the one from the fall, so all the yellows are connecting to those two eclipses. Uranus here, the progressed Uranus at 714, is connecting directly to Texas and Michigan. Tornadoes, transit Louisiana, and the hail. Georgia in the progressed. So this is Mississippi down here. And Louisiana is right on the midheaven. It was almost exact. April 3rd, 729, 756. But right here at the Uranus, unexpected. So then we have the progressed Carolina also. Let's see. Charybdis is also involved in a karmic inconjunct almost exactly. It was retrograde at 8:52 at noon on the 3rd. So it's almost an exact karmic inconjunct to this solar eclipse that we had March 29th. Let's see. Transit Torneo is right here. Or is that Torricelli? I think it was Torneo. Yeah. Torricelli's here at 10 degrees, which matches up to that eclipse. and then Taurus at 7. Now we did have the eclipse at 5 degrees also. That was involved. So all these numbers are matching up to various eclipses now. The moon's been very powerful with all of the Neptune changing to Aries. Yeah, Hades went direct March 26th, just before that eclipse. Chaos went direct March 14th at that eclipse at 1:53. That puts it within range. Well, I threw in another one. This is a fate. There are several fates, and this one is the Eris. It went direct March 17th at 0 degrees 15 minutes, which is about where Neptune is right now today. Neptune being way over here with its Mercury and Venus. And all right, so I'll not jump too much. That connects to the South Node where it had crossed over here. So we're in the fates. Fate is squaring transit Lilith and Gaia. Gaia was actually retrograde. I forgot to put the little RX in there when I typed it. Retrograding back in with Lilith, and Lilith is can be destructive. And let's see. All of that, of course, connects to Neptune and going into Aries at critical 29 degrees, and then jump to 0 degrees. Now, this is Tennessee at 29 degrees, and Haley Osborne at 29, Illinois at 29:35, Neptune at 0:08, so they're all clustered together right here. Mercury had retrograded back into Pisces, and Venus retrograded back into Pisces. So each of these planets rule signs and houses in this chart. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. I'm not trying to teach astrology. I'm trying to show it from a very outward view, because any of this can be put into any kind of chart and show different things. So we have our progressed Kentucky is at 29:39. Kentucky is getting flooded really, really bad now. Our progressed Pluto is at 29:34. We have Sturm's a little still, it's only at 26, but still within connection to the 29s, within 3 degrees. Charybdis is at 246, and that's very close to the degree that Phaethon was at April 3rd, 253. So this is the progressed Charybdis crises, very close to the moon. Moon being the people. Manwy at 404. We were looking at 29s though, weren't we? Apophis was at 2811. Excuse me as I bounce around. Illinois is at a 29 degrees. So Illinois, Kentucky, we have all these solar eclipse 2859, September 21st, 2025 still ahead of us. So all the zeros, 29s, 28s to 2s, etc. As they move around, they're going to connect. This is incidenttia, an incident that happens. The Sun and incidenttia were conjunct on April 3rd, so activating that. Anything that's going on in the outside up above affects what's going on in the inside. So we have, you see here, this Carolina South at 205 in the progress chart was hit by Pluto and Chaos as they moved. Pluto's at 335 now, but it was making a connection to South Carolina when it got hit so hard earlier. And Poseidon was conjunct Pluto at the end of March at the eclipse, and Poseidon rules earthquakes and the waters and weather, and one of the gods of the land. And they're making a square to the progressed Hades, which I started this out as, which is very close to the progressed Saturn. Saturn, building structures, government. It's said this unfolds on many levels as to what we're going through governmentally as well as environmentally. So we also have that connecting in a karmic inconjunct to the progressed Charybdis. and Pluto has been already past that point connecting to it, but is still well within orb. Okay, let's see what else. Karma directly opposite the Pluto is also connecting to that. So everything we're going through is very karmic. Time of renewal, like I said, in the natal, we have Pluto moving into Aquarius, where we're in for big changes. Then we have Transit Kentucky here also connecting to that. I think that's all of the reds. This one I put in some points because I do run out of colors. It gets kind of crazy sometimes. So I put in all these points, like this is Carolina South 1105. It's retrograde going backwards, and it's connecting to Tennessee here in the progress part. And this is the progress Pennsylvania, Penzel. And the vertex Destiny's Gateway here is part of that configuration. And of course, the sun in Incidenia at 1323 and rain. So the sun moves a degree a day. So all three of these are still clustered close together, touching our destiny. And then we have, this is transit Pennsylvania here at 1143. And all of this is connecting to change in Hades that went direct March 26th, right at the eclipse. We have the next one to look at. Oh, that was the 5 right there, that March 25th, 2024 eclipse. Now, eclipses happen within a year, and here we are. Mars is on the North Node. It's just about to cross it here in Cancer. And it's connecting here to Oklahoma, part of Fortune, Chaos, Neptune. Okay, I think I already did all those, and of course, Flood's also connecting in transit. Just want to kind of hone it in there. We have the Venus at 6 degrees, and that connects to that 5 degree in a karmic inconjunct here. Inconjuncts are an uneasy aspect, trying to balance the energies. And something else was connecting to that. I looked at so many charts, variations. Oklahoma by transit and Democles, the crisis, together here at the crossed over the Kaali, goddess of destruction and awakening. And then the moon and Indiana are very close here together. They're in different houses, but right on the cusp. And anytime anything's on a cusp, it is much stronger energy. Kind of like when anything goes retrograde or direct, the energy is stronger. So those are connecting here to the Venus in Taurus. Venus naturally rules Taurus, and Uranus is in Taurus, and it's affecting our assets, our money. It's the things we value and love, the people we value and love. That's Venus is our careers and our beliefs and value systems, our personal ones. So a lot of this is getting all kind of torn up for people right now. Why do I have that in red? Sometimes I do really smart things and then I forget why I did them. So anyway, this kind of gives you an idea. That's where Venus and Mercury retrograded, was right here. That's why I did that. Just to kind of show they went retrograde opposite this solar eclipse from October 2nd. I figured it out. Okay, so that just kind of gives you an idea of the progress chart and what's going on there. I like to be able to show it with the transit so you can see it hit. Our transit Chiron is still making so many connections. For a while now, it's been connecting to our progressed sun. Chiron is square our Apophis, And Indiana is exactly on the Apophis, 21 degrees 35 minutes on April 3rd. That's when the Bourbon tornado hit, I believe, right around that time, and just demolished a good area there. And there was another one that was up in northern Indiana, and Valparaiso had gotten winds. Like I said, I keep an eye on Indiana weather because it's special to me. So that star there, I put just to show exact degree matchup with the transit planet and the progressed Apophis. Um, I don't have Bourbon in here, but it probably would match up as well. I do have separate charts for Indiana showing those. But let's see, there was something else I wanted to show before I ended this. That progressed Haley Osborne here was connecting to the Kaali and Crisis, Democles, and Oklahoma, and the Venus. So I did miss mentioning that. I don't know. I just go around and I start color coding and marking things and going, wow, wow, wow. And this is what I come up with when I do that. So the next chart will be about where I will take the natal chart and put the progressed on the outside. So it won't be the transit planets up in the sky. It'll be comparing the 1776 chart to the current